Hello students, I am back with the fifth part of your chapter number 9, that is Charge for Love. In the last part, we have done past indefinite and past continuous or progressive tenses. In this part, we will do other two aspects of past tense. But before doing those aspects, we will revise the present tense and its all aspects and past tense and its first two aspects. So, let's begin. The tenses. What is tense? Tense is the form of a verb used to show the time of an action or a state. Tense is a form of a verb that tells about the time of an action or any work. There are three tenses: past, present, and future. Now, look at this pic. In the past time, you can see you as a kid. You can see yourself as a kid, right? Now, in the present time, you are a young person. You are a young person, young man, young girl, young woman, or a young boy, right? And in the future, we will be old aged, right? So, past, present, future, the best example of these three. Now, aspects of time. These three tenses are divided into four aspects. These are simple or indefinite, continuous or progressive, perfect, perfect continuous. These are the four subtypes of each of the tense. Now, present tense and its forms. First, simple present tense. The action happens always, usually, or regularly. For example, Michael jogs every day. It says every day's work, that he jogs every day. It is his routine work. So, it would be represented in simple present tense. Second, he usually jogs at night. When does he jog? Usually at night, right? So, next, the present continuous tense is used for actions which are happening at or around the moment of speaking. Present continuous tense, when the action is going on. It is going on when you are speaking. Right now I am speaking. I am telling you about the present continuous tense. So, it is the continuous aspect of present tense. I am teaching you the tenses. It is present continuous. This process is going on, this work is going on, right? For example, now I am doing the washing up. She is working very hard nowadays, right? Second, temporary situations. For example, I am staying with a friend at the moment. It is a temporary situation. It is not a permanent situation. In future, it would be changed. But now, it is going on. I am staying with a friend at the moment, right? So, these two are for present continuous tense. Third, present perfect tense. It is used for the activity started in the past and might continue to the present. In this, has or have is used with past participle verb, third form of the verb. For example, John has started his homework. They have fixed the broken window. Right? It is the activity started in the past. Maybe it is continued right now, but it can be finished also. Right? Very good. Fourth, present perfect continuous. We use the present perfect continuous when the focus is on an activity that is unfinished. Present perfect tells about the finished activity, but present perfect continuous tells about the unfinished activity. Examples: present perfect simple. I have decorated the house before. I have decorated the house before. It has been finished. So, it is in present perfect. Past tense. I decorated the house this summer. It has also finished. And the third, present perfect continuous. I have been decorating the house this summer. I have been decorating the house this summer. The work is still going on. It is not finished. Right? In this aspect of present tense, we use has or have as subject, third form of the verb be, that is been, first form of verb main verb with ing. Right? So, these are the four aspects of present tense: present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous. In simple present or present indefinite, we use first form of main verb with s or es. In present continuous, we use is, am, are, one of these helping verbs according to the subject, first form of the main verb with suffix ing. Present perfect, in this we use has or have as subject according to the subject with third form of the verb, and in present perfect continuous we use has or have according to the subject, third form of the verb be, that is been, first form of the main verb with ing. So, this was about present tense. Now, past tense and its forms. Simple past tense. Simple past tense shows an action or activity completed in past. It tells about the activity that has been completed in the past time. For example, he wrote a book. He has finished that work. He wrote a book. I sang a song. I did this work in past time. I sang a song in the past time. He wrote a book in the past time. Right? Now, second aspect of past tense, that is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is to describe an action or activity going on at some time in the past. It tells about the work that has been going on, that had been going on at the time in the past which we are talking about. For example, I was speaking to my younger brother. At that time, what was he doing? He was speaking to his younger brother. The boys were going to school. What were the boys doing at that time? They were going to school, right? So, these two aspects we have done in the last class. In simple past tense, we use second form of the verb, and in past continuous tense, we use was or were, helping verbs according to the subject, first form of the main verb with ing, right? Now, for today, we will do past perfect, third aspect of the past tense, that is perfect. In the structure of these sentences, we use had as helping verb, and with had we use third form of the main verb. Look at the example. I had helped my mother before he came home. Here we have used had and third form of the verb help, that is helped. Past perfect is used to denote an action which had been completed at some point in the past time before another action was commenced. It tells us about an action which had been completed at some point in the past time before the other actions began, right? For example, the train had left when we reached the station. There are two works. Train had left, we reached the station. But the train had left before we reached. So, first work has been finished before the second work began, right? Next, the sun had set before we reached home. The sun had set, already set, before we reached home. So, this was past perfect. Now, past perfect continuous. In this aspect of past tense, we use had with third form of the verb be, that is been, first form of the main verb with suffix ing. It is also the mixture of perfect and continuous, right? Look at the example. I had been helping my mother since morning. Had been help ing. So, this is the structure of these sentences. In perfect continuous, you will see that there is use of prepositions for and since. For is for the time. That is not like, in full structure. Since is for the time, that is perfectly for that time, morning, since morning, since 12 o'clock. It is a fixed time, right? But for is used when the time is not fixed, for 2 hours. Which 2 hours we are talking about? No one knows, right? So, it is not the fixed time, right? For is used with the time that is not fixed. Since is used with the time that is certain or fixed, right? Past perfect continuous is used to indicate that an action had continued for a certain time previous to the point of time named. For example, we had been waiting for you for 2 hours when you came. When you came, we had already been waiting for you for 2 hours, right? Second, I had been writing for an hour when you came to see me. When you came to see me, I had already been writing for an hour, right? So, this is past perfect continuous, which tells about an action that had been continued for a certain time previous to the point of time named. Now, some exercise. Fill in the blanks with the simple past or past perfect forms of the verbs given in the bracket. So, in these blanks you have to fill two aspects of past tense, simple past or past perfect. You have to check which is to be used. Verbs have been given in the brackets. Note down these in your copies. First, did he dash a letter to his father? Did he dash a letter to his father? And the verb is write. Second, the First World War dash in 1919. The First World War dash in 1919, and the verb is end. Third, I dashed the message before you came. I dashed the message before you came, and the verb is receive. Fourth, Tom dashed sleepy after having a good lunch. Tom dashed sleepy after having a good lunch, and the verb is feel. Fifth, the robber had run away before the police dash. The robber had run away before the police dash, and the verb is come. Sixth, the children dash before I came home. The children dash before I came home, and the verb is sleep. Seventh, Ramesh dashed home when I phoned him. Ramesh dashed home when I phoned him, and the verb is return. Now, I am giving you a few seconds to fill in these blanks. Let's get started. You have to fill up these blanks with simple past or past perfect form of tense. In simple past, you use second form of the verb, and in the past perfect, you use helping verb had with third form of verb. So, students, have you filled in the blanks? Now, if you have not done, I am going to help you. If you have done, you check your answers. First, did he write a letter to his father? Did he write a letter to his father? This is past indefinite tense. But in past indefinite tense, we use second form of the verb, but here we have used first form of the verb, right? Can you tell me why? Yes, it is an interrogative sentence. We have already used did, the second form of the verb do. So, we will use first form of the main verb. Very good. Second, the First World War ended in 1919. It has ended, it has finished in the past time. So, it is past indefinite. Third, I had received the message before you came. It is past perfect. Fourth, Tom felt sleepy after having a good lunch. This happens with all of us, right? We all feel sleepy after having a good lunch, right? Yes. The robber had run away before the police came. The robber had run away before the police came. Here, had run. Had with third form of verb is already used. When there are two clauses. In the main clause, it is used had with third form of verb. Then, in the subordinate clause, we will use past indefinite form. right? So that's why we have used came, second form here. Next, the children had slept before I came home. In this sentence also there are two clauses. First one, the children had slept, it is main, and the second one, subordinate, it is before I came home. Here past indefinite is used in subordinate, so that's why we have used had slept. Seventh, Ramesh had returned home when I phoned him. It is also the same, when I phoned him. Past indefinite, that's why we will use past perfect in other clause, that is had returned. Very good. Now, difference between past and present tense. 4 aspects: simple, perfect, continuous, perfect continuous. Aspects are same, but rules and the structures are different. So, read out the sentences. I studied English. It is past simple. I study English. It is present simple. How can we differentiate? By looking at the form of the verb. In past simple, I studied English. Here, second form of the verb study is used. That's why it is past simple or past indefinite. But in present simple, I study English. First form of the verb study is used. That's why it is present simple or present indefinite, right? Now, I had studied English. It is past perfect. I have studied English. It is present perfect. Here is the difference of helping verb used. In past perfect, we have used the helping verb had. In present perfect, we use has or have according to the subject. But same is the verb, third form of the main verb, that is used in both the tenses, right? So, in past perfect, had with third form of the verb study, that is studied. In present perfect, have, because here it is I as subject. Third form of the verb study, that is studied, right? I was studying English. It is past continuous. I am studying English. It is present continuous. Here also is the difference of helping verb. In past continuous, was is used. In past continuous, we use was or were according to the subject. And in present continuous, am is used. And we use is, am or are according to the subject. With first form of verb study with ing as suffix, right? So that's why past continuous was studying, present continuous am studying. And the last, past perfect continuous, I had been studying English. Present perfect continuous, I have been studying English. Here is also the difference of helping verb, that is had and have. In past perfect continuous, we use had. In present perfect continuous, we use has or have, with third form of the verb be, that is been, and first form of the main verb and ing, right? That's why in past perfect continuous we have used had been studying, and in the present perfect continuous we have used have been studying. So this is the difference between these two tenses and their aspects, right? Now, home assignment. Conjugate the following verbs. First, write. Second, read. Third, take. Fourth, shake. Fifth, throw. Sixth, wear. Seventh, be. 8th, get. 9th, knock. Here K is silent, but you have to write in spellings, K-N-O-C-K. 10th, hide. 11th, reply. 12th, sew. 13th, smell. And the last one, keep. So, write down all the forms of the verbs of these verbs, right? Note down these in your copies and get these checked from your teachers. So, this was your topic for the day. We have finished the past and present tenses with all the 4 aspects. In further classes, we will do future tense and its forms. For today, thank you. This PPT is prepared and presented by Chavi, English Mistress in Government Middle School, Balna Kalan, Block Murinda, District Roopnagar. This is an initiative taken by Department of School Education, Punjab. Thanks. Have a great day.